lightning. The rain transformed.
You can stop being part of a mistake, starting now.
Power in the verse can stop me.
Starting now. I'm a shadow, one that no light will shine on. As long as you follow me, you'll never see the day.
I'll just roll with it. What's going on, guys? My name is El De Niro, and welcome to the 16th edition of the Midnight Hour. I'm joined once again by my co-host Jack.
Yeah, what's up? I am actually Jack this time, unlike what I said at the end of the last one. I'm still cringing at the fact that I fucked that up that badly.
It was tragic. It was a really bad outro, but it was brilliant because it was so bad. But today we're going to be talking about... I never thought we'd get to this stage in the Midnight Hour where we're doing an entire episode based off of a BuzzFeed article, but that's what we're doing. The link to the article will be in the description, and the title of it is 31... Because have you noticed that trend with, like, current fucking reports and articles and stuff? It used to be, like, either 5 things, 7 things, or 10, but now it's, like, 31 things, 27 things. Like,
yeah.
where the fuck did that come from? Imagine if it was, like... In the Bible, it's like the 37 commandments.
Oh, that'd be a lot of effort. I don't even follow the first 10.
Yeah, but the article is 31 things every human being has fantasized about. Now, I tried Googling things like this to get more inspiration, but if you try Googling things about people's fantasies, it leads you down a very dark road and a side to the internet that you don't really want to frequent, or at least I don't. Maybe you do, I don't know, but we're gonna keep it clean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, googling top fantasies just comes up with a list I'm gonna read through later.
Yeah, most of these are they're all self-serving. They're all things little things that you think during the day that would be great for you, like things like petty revenge and triumph, and just things that would make your life so much easier without having to put any effort in. It just naturally happens.
Yep.
The first one on the list is running a red light that's taking too long to change. Now, I can drive. I'm actually well capable of driving, but I don't have a license and I've never driven legally, so I don't really. You drive, don't you?
Yeah, I drive.
And how do you relate to this one?
Usually I'm too busy singing along to what's on the radio to really care or understand or notice that the red light's taking too long.
Yeah.
And usually by the time that I kind of go, oh, red light's taking a bit. Oh, right, great, it's changed.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons I'm kind of a little bit afraid of driving is that I rage playing games. Like, I get road rage on GTA. When I'm driving in my nice car, that I have this weird like thing on GTA where I just don't like my car to have any dents in it because I'm a pretty good driver most of the time, but sometimes people cut across me without indicating, and it's on a video game and I still shout at them for not indicating, so I can't imagine what I'd be like in real life if someone did it. But I like driving. I like being in the car with someone who's driving. I like having a good soundtrack, and I like there's a sort of serenity about it, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that this one would get too much on my nerves. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I've done a bit of, fairly longer distance drive. Well, I say long distance in the UK, and it's not even that far. Whatever. I've done a fair amount of driving, and there's a lot of like things like the lights don't piss me off. It's other people that piss me off. No end. There's no end to the amount that people piss me off. My biggest pet peeve is people who, when you're on the motorway and you're in the middle, you're going across to go into the fast lane to overtake someone, and someone comes out in front of you and is doing less than the speed limit in the fast lane.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to tear my hair out.
As a passenger, that annoys me.
Yeah.
I actually once I went on holiday to like pretty much everywhere in Europe when I was about, I don't know, 12 or 13, and we went to like Slovenia and Croatia, and we were going skiing, and we drove from somewhere in the Alps. I'm not sure which side. I think it was the Swiss Alps. And we drove back from there. I could have this. No, it wasn't. It was driving back from Croatia to Slovenia. And it's a long fucking drive to do that. Like, it'll take you, the best part of half the day, if not more, I think. But we there was a forest fire, so we ended up backed up in traffic, and the journey ended up taking 20-something hours. So it would have been really nice to run all the red lights and just drive in the hard shoulder and, get away out of that. But that was just the way that it was. The second thing on the list is kicking the ever-loving shit out of a mugger.
And that is putting it lightly,
Yeah.
I've definitely had this kind of thing. I've been in a couple of fights before, been jumped outside of a nightclub and stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
And it's all well and good thinking of it in theory, but when you're outnumbered 3-1, as these kind of people always seem to travel in packs to, prey on the less fortunate, being us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when you've got two people to fight, and it's not like in the movies where, one person will attack you at a time. No, they'll both attack you and beat the ever-loving shit out of you, and it's...
Yeah, I know. It's not like
there's
Assassin's Creed, where you have one fight and you press a few buttons and then the next guy waits till you're done and then puts in. Like, there's no etiquette to be observed here in street fighting.
Exactly. So, unfortunately, no matter how that pans out, unless it's a one-on-one mugging... I mean, I'm 6'2", and I'm a fairly well-built guy, but, there's no point trying to punch a bloke that's got a knife.
No.
Because you're just going to get stabbed.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I think there's, with this one, like, most of these on the list are ones that you can relate to, but I've never really seen a lot of people getting mugged and wanted to beat the shit out of the mugger. Do you know what I mean? Like, it hasn't really come up in my life.
I've never really known many people to actually be mugged.
Yeah.
I've known more people to be pickpocketed.
Yeah.
Than mugged.
Yeah, I was pickpocketed in Barcelona. So.
I was pickpocketed a long time ago.
Yeah, that's...
Well, still a child, really.
Do you know what's weird is that kicking the ever-loving shit out of them isn't really my style of revenge. Like, obviously because I can't do it, but even if I could, I'd be more inclined to, fuck their life up in a different way. You know, like,
a more
I'd rather
permanent
mug them
thing,
back.
yeah. No, I was thinking, a prison, like I would like to say a prison sentence, but I have little to no faith in the justice system sometimes. But
yeah, I agree.
A nice something that follows them around permanently would be nice.
Yeah, it would.
Now maybe a limp, just a limp,
Yeah.
Break a leg, break a limb, give them a permanent deformity. Is that too far? Am I going too far here?
No, I think you're just about on the money. I'd like to bite their ear off, When I got beat up like last year, there was like when I went to the police station, the policeman told me to step outside the police station because I was getting too much blood on the floor. That's the type of thing that happens in real life. Whereas what you want, like ideally for me, like a lot of people were like, I wish I was there, I would have battered them. Which A, no, you wouldn't. But B, it's just not really the way that I'd like it to be done. I'd rather they see jail time or can't get a job. And that'd be even worse because they'd probably beat more people up without a job. But I don't know. Fuck this one. The next one on the list is talking back to your boss, and this is something that I fucking regularly thought about. In the last few years when I was in an office job, and my boss just did not like me. I don't know what her problem was with me. Like, I give off this sort of image of someone who's lazy, I think. And, like, I am lazy, but not when it comes to things that are important, you know? Like, I don't shirk my responsibilities or anything like that, especially when they're not mine, they're the company's. Like, I definitely took my role seriously, but I was the only guy in the office, and I think that maybe had something to do with it. And obviously I'm young and whatever. She was just she just did not like me at all, and she'd like tear me down in front of everybody, and for whatever reason it was just impossible to just, you know, stand up and fucking destroy her. But it's, you know, it's one that I've thought about an awful lot. I've talked back to teachers plenty of times and burned them in the class, but again, it just doesn't get you anywhere, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
Most of these are like...
Yeah, most of these are very guttural, you know, gut responses to something happening. So going, oh yeah, well, fuck you. But like,
yeah,
as soon as you sit down and actually think about it for more than about 10 seconds, none of it seems like a very good idea.
No, it's just in the heat of the moment. It's exactly what you want. It's what you're looking for. Like, I don't know.
But I mean, things like talking back to your boss and stuff like that. You know, it's more of a. I've never really had a boss that's been bad enough for me to warrant me, you know, wanting to tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure that day will come, but
I'm
it's
sure
not arrived yet.
It's one of those things that I think everybody wants this one, because it is really hard to, like, if your boss tells you you're doing a bad job, or if they try and cut you down, it is actually really hard to defend yourself to them, just because they're in a position of authority. And like, most jobs are about networking. That's, you know, everyone knows that. Like, you want to make a good impression, and when you have someone on your bad side like that, your instinct, well, not your instinct, but your whole idea is to get them on your good side. And I think that's why just talking back to them is that sort of venting thing, where you just want them to understand specifically why they're being a cunt. And it's always hard to get that across, I suppose. Yeah, I don't, like, I really understand this one, you know? Like, there's so many... There's one time... Oh, go on. Yeah,
I was just going to say, I'm sure I'll grow to understand it. But there's plenty of people that I've wanted to talk back to in my life, not just not just my boss. Just because they're in a position of power, but, you know.
Teachers are the big one for me.
Teachers, yeah. And I've never really... You know, I never really spoke back to my parents either.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know, man. My only until, you know, fairly recently, within the last few years, my dad was a fair amount bigger than me.
Oh yeah.
And it was, you know, he's never hit me or anything, but, you know, fear of God.
Yeah, you don't want to talk back to someone.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
it's just asking for trouble.
I've talked back to my mum a lot, but I regret it now. Like, I realise how much of a dick I was, but, you know, when you're younger, you're more inclined to have this sort of everything is against me.
Superiority complex as well, yeah.
Yeah, you just... like, even when your parents have your best interests at heart, it feels like sometimes they're trapping you or whatever, but when you get older, you realise how wrong you are, really, I guess. It's not one of those things either where, oh, you don't have kids, so you don't understand. It's one of those things that when you grow up, you understand. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Then the next thing on the list is punching anyone in the face. Have you ever done this out of interest?
I have punched quite a few people in the face.
Really? How does it feel?
You'd be surprised how much it hurts your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's one thing people never really think of. You are just slamming your bones into someone else's bones at the end of the day, and it's an easy way to, like, break your hand. Like, if you wanna break someone's nose or hit them in the face, base of the palm, drive it upwards into the base of their nose. It'll break it. It'll give them a nosebleed and most likely break their nose.
Can't you?
That's not advice. I'm not giving that as advice. I'm
because
saying it in passing.
If you get that wrong, you do the Mob Deep thing where you rock you when you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. People can die from that, but you know, some people deserve death. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I like, I've punched walls before and definitely felt how much it hurts. But my ratio of punches to being punched is really bad in against me. Like, I've been punched in the face so many times, but I've never actually punched someone properly full force in the face and made the contact that I wanted to make. You know, it's
a lot. It's like in films when someone punches someone in the face, they just seem to be standing there and don't make any move to stop it or get out of the way, and that just doesn't happen most of the time. Chances are, if you're going to be in a fight, at least one of you involved is going to be drunk.
Yeah.
And that makes it a hell of a lot harder to throw a good punch.
Yeah.
And if you're in some sort of drunken brawl for whatever reason, there will be arms everywhere, there will be people everywhere. It's just a mess. There's no chance you're getting a decent punch in.
Yeah, it's a scrap, like
a
scuffle, and it's like I've witnessed many fights as well. Like people throwing punches that have gone horribly wrong and knock them off their balance so that someone else gets a clean swipe and stuff, and that's not what you want. But I understand the motivation behind this one as well. It's just, like, there's no more, I think movies have done this to us, but there's no more better example of you portraying your superiority than someone does something that you don't like and you just punch them in the face because of it. Like, that is definitely one of the ultimate fantasies, surely. Like, it's like, even just being in the pub and someone's like, oh yeah, I got tickets to the Nickelback concert, and like you clench your fists and then they say it's gonna be great, Creed are supporting them, and then you just punch them, and then that's the end of that, and then they know in future not to have such awful taste. But yeah, that would be really, really cool.
It would be satisfying as long as it didn't hurt you. Like,
yeah.
There were no negative repercussions, but
even if it did, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's more about the act and the what it represents than
the best physical way of saying fuck you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, a headbutt is good too, but that's that goes back to the Mobb Deep lyric where that could potentially kill you. The next one on the list is like it's really weird that it has the word casually in it, but it's casually saving someone's life. I guess it means, like, if someone is, like, say you're walking down the street and someone's looking on their phone and they step off the curb and a bus is coming and you just casually reach your arm out and grab them back in before they get hit. I guess that's casual, right? Like,
that would be casual. I mean, you saying that has reminded me, there was something where it was this joke that you and your friend were meant to play, and your friend would be walking along and they'd step out into the road and you'd run over and pull them back and save them, and everyone nearby would kind of be like, oh my god, you just saved his life, and you just look at everyone, turn away and like talk into like your wrist and say, the agent has been saved, and just walk away and like do shit like that, and everyone would just be like, what the fuck? Like, just do something like that. Well, there was another one about saving a child. Save a kid and you just go and you just say it, like, you say that it's himself from the future.
Oh wow.
He claims to be him from the future, and you just wink at him, and it's just like, fuck that kid up for the rest of his life believing in time travel.
That would be fucking... that's actually the best fantasy. That one is brilliant. I would love to do that. If someone did that to you, like, how... That's really... You would actually think about it for a minute, wouldn't you? Like...
Yeah, I mean, if someone did that to me, especially if I was younger, and they looked like me, or resembled me in some way, it would kind of just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. That's a fucking brilliant one.
Yeah.
I love that. Have you ever saved someone's life?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, me neither. It's a shame.
I don't think so.
I've had my life saved before, but I was choking on my own vomit, and
Smooth.
my cousin saved me from dying.
Rolled you over.
Yeah. He I was doing it throughout the entire night, and he tied a rope to me and put it around his leg, so that every time I started like coughing or whatever, he would just fucking move his leg and roll me over. But it's not quite the casual, heroic story that everyone is looking for here. I think it would be much better if I had a story about saving someone who was about to step out in front of a bus. But,
yeah.
I guess the motivation behind this is to just look like a hero in front of everyone.
Yeah, everyone wants to be a hero, and it makes it 2 times as amazing if you just kind of do it casually, like it's nothing. Like,
yeah. There's that school of thought. There was a psychological test done in the 80s. What's it called? I can't remember, but it was sort of this thing where if if something happens in a public space, like somebody is in danger, or you know, even if someone's getting mugged or whatever, if it happens in a public space where there's loads of people around, chances are you're not going to do anything about it. Whereas if it happens and you're the only one around to do something, you will, because you just feel that responsibility. Yeah. Whereas your mentality when there's a lot of people is that, well, someone else will do it. And I think that's why this one is particularly sort of moving or whatever, is because you are the one who has the responsibility, and everyone looks at you as the guy who took the responsibility upon himself and acted. Yeah. And that's because, like, I watched... Did you ever just be on YouTube at, like, 2 a.m. and start looking at things that you didn't really know why? Like... Yeah. I was once looking at videos of people getting run over by train... No, that's not what I was. I was looking at videos of people falling onto the platform at train stations. Yeah. And there was one on the tube, and, like, this woman or something just fell onto the tracks, and as the train was coming in, everybody just waved to it. Nobody actually jumped on and tried to say... It was just everyone waved, and it's like, what are you doing? That's not going to do anything.
But then, it's, you know, like, with things like that, it's especially, you know, it's the bystander effect, isn't it? You know,
that's exactly what it's called. That's
the thing that you were explaining. Yeah. Yeah, it was done on the New York tubes, but you know, like the bystander effect's fucking massively strong, especially with something like a train. No matter how, you know, easy, quote unquote, easy it would be to save that woman just by jumping down and lifting her up. You know, the train's not going to stop. You know that. Yeah. And the risk of you dying while trying to save her is higher than probably the reward of you know, actually saving her.
Yeah,
you know,
that is true.
It's a basic risk and reward, you know, because you're risking your own life to save hers, but what do you get out of saving her? On the face of it, nothing really.
You get BuzzFeed articles written about
you. Yeah, that's true. And you probably get a YouTube video that goes viral as well.
That would be nice. You'd get a lot from that.
Yeah. But you know, basic instincts. There's no outright reward.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much why it's a fantasy, isn't it? It's because it's the idea that you don't care about that, and that makes you even more cool and more heroic. Yeah. I don't know, like, I love watching videos like that, though, where someone does go and save someone, because I do look at it and think, that guy is a fucking boss. Like, yeah. And everyone thinks, yeah, I'd do that, but, like, probably wouldn't, in all honesty. Like, getting run over by a train is definitely not on my list of things to do.
No, yeah, definitely not on my to-do list anytime soon.
Apart from when the Call of the Void happens, but that's just different. The next one on the list is meeting your favourite celebrity and totally hitting it off with them. This one, I understand, but I don't ever feel this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never have this sort of need. I have a sort of... Everybody knows how I feel about celebrities and the idea that they're a product and all. Like, it would be pretty... Like, I think people that I'd like to... There are a lot of comedians and people like that I like, and I would like if they liked me. Like, I'd like if they... Yeah. I'd like to know that they would appreciate my sense of humor or something like that. But other than that, I think this one's kind of lame, you know? Like,
do you count as a celebrity?
Definitely not.
Well, I'm going to add in meeting your favourite YouTube celebrity and totally hitting off with them. And I'm going to count you in that, so, you know, deal with that one.
Oh, Jesus. What are you doing to me?
It's funny because I had no idea who you were when I first met you.
I know, yeah. That is true. I didn't know who you were either, though.
It's because I'm no one.
That's not true. How many blue whales have you killed now? 7? 8?
Yeah, it's bordering 10, I think.
Yeah. But, yeah, that actually, if you change it to YouTuber, yeah, there are lots of YouTubers I'd like to meet that I'd like to know that they appreciate, like, because, you know, if you just don't like someone, you don't like them. But if you follow someone for a long time and then find out that they don't like you, that would be pretty soul destroying. Like, I'd hate to meet Chris Smoove and have him just turn around and go like, "Hey, you, get the fuck away from me right now." Yeah, because that would really suck.
I feel like a lot of people don't associate or would associate YouTubers with being, you know, a lot of people with being exactly the same as the personalities that are on screen. Yeah. And it can be pretty different.
Yeah, it can do, yeah. Like, I don't think PewDiePie in real life is jumping around animated all the time.
I'd hope not, because I'm sure that'd get annoying for everybody that's in his vicinity all the time.
Yeah. Having said that though, like I know a lot of YouTube, and you do too. Like we both know a lot of YouTubers, and most of them are the same in real life.
Most of them are pretty similar, yeah, but they're not really cut out for the whole, quote unquote celebrity kind of a lot of people paying attention to them and flocking to them.
Yeah, that's more vloggers, really, isn't it? They're like the highest. Like Philip DeFranco, he's one who is like he has a lot of what's it, like star power or something.
Yeah.
Like he's got a lot of that following him around or whatever, and I'd say he's probably sound in real life as well. But having said that,
it's impossible to tell.
Yeah, it is. Like I fancy myself as a pretty good judge of character, and I think that's why I don't really talk about what I think celebrities are like, because there's so much convolution that goes on with how they're perceived and how they're produced and packaged and stuff. But I think YouTubers sort of bypass that a little bit. They're more akin to Big Brother stars, or stars loosely.
Yeah.
But, people who are on that show, like they don't have agents or publicists or anything. They just are.
Yeah. You're saying that about stars and not wanting to assume about celebrities and stuff like that. I think we can agree that Justin Timberlake is probably a solid bloke.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have a beer with Justin Timberlake.
So would I. Yeah, he's the man. Yeah, I have no doubt about it that he is definitely a sound lad.
Yeah. Alright, good stuff. I'm glad I managed to work in our Justin Timberlake mention for today.
Well, he's a key figure in the human race, isn't he?
He really is.
He's Barack Obama times 100. He's the main man. So we have to spread awareness of him. The next one, shoplifting when something costs more than it should.
Yeah,
I've done this, so.
Yeah, you've done this.
Yeah, I used to go to a shop for lunch in school, and like everybody stole from it. It was a thing. People would get caught, and their picture would be put up on the wall, like like this person was caught stealing. Do you know them? And I think they had to stop doing that because it's actually illegal. They had some legal trouble with it, but I never stole. Like, I don't think stealing is cool. I had one friend who used to steal fucking everything. Like, we once went to like a supermarket for lunch, and he came out with like bulk packets of Rice Krispie Squares, like 15 of them, and like 14 Kit Kats, and just things that he didn't even want. He just took them because he
could.
He wasn't a kleptomaniac.
Yeah. He
was just actually just really good at stealing and liked to show off, But my story is that there's a thing in Ireland, like, and you'll know the words, but you won't really know what it is unless you're Irish, right? And that's called a chicken fillet roll. You can only get them in Ireland the way that they're meant to be made. You probably have your own idea of what a chicken fillet roll is, but you don't know. It's like probably if you came over here and asked for a bacon butty or whatever. Yeah. You're not going to get the same thing as you do in England. Or for any Scottish people, if you come to Ireland and ask for a square sausage, it's not going to happen. But so they were like $4.99 or something, and I had enough money for one of them and a drink, and I wanted an energy drink. And there was like this can of knockoff Red Bull, and they were charging like $3.79 for it. So like, I stole it, and that happened. I don't think this particular entry is about people like me who did that, but that is a story about the time that I stole something. Yeah. So.
I've as a kid, I've walked into a shop and been looking at something, and then even if it's just a chocolate bar, my mum or one of my parents would like shout at me because I've disappeared off around the corner, and it's just like natural reaction as a kid was just to pop it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, and I've walked out the front of the store having stolen a chocolate bar.
Fucking
and it's
hell.
like, and it's just like, oh well, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like
So,
7.
like,
I'm 7 and
like,
I'm a master criminal.
Yeah.
Like, good stuff.
Inadvertently though, just doing it because you can, like, or because it was your natural instinct or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that would hold up in court, Jack.
No,
We're gonna make some phone calls when this is done. But I don't know. There's something about shoplifting that is this sort of, I don't know. In this instance, it's supposed to be some sort of justice thing, but if you want something and it costs more than it should, stealing it isn't going to be the answer. But I think the modern version of this is just pirating something. You know what I mean?
I think I'd agree.
And with
Yeah,
that, we'll
definitely.
move on because we don't want to incriminate ourselves here.
Any further, yeah.
The next one we kind of already spoke about, driving on the shoulder to avoid traffic. Like, that goes back to the traffic
Yeah.
story and whatever.
There's plenty of things I wish I could do when I was driving to just avoid everybody else on the road.
What's actually what I think would be worth doing is just getting a fucking motorbike and weaving in and out of traffic all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not illegal, and it's actually encouraged. It's actually safer for bikers, as far as I know. If they're at the front, then everyone can see them.
Yeah. See, I said earlier the worst thing about driving is other people, and other people is exactly the reason why hover cars will never be a thing.
Oh yeah.
People can't drive in 2 dimensions. What the fuck do you expect is going to happen when you add a 3rd dimension into the mix?
The end of the world.
Yeah, like, people will just be dying, like, daily. Well, people are already dying daily with driving. People will be dying, people will be dying minute by minute.
Yeah.
And you'll get adverts, those adverts that are like, every 60 seconds, a child in Africa dies, because of AIDS.
Because Bono lets them.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, every 30 seconds, a hover car smashes into a skyscraper. You can stop this. Drive careful. Like,
Yeah.
It'll just be stupid shit like that. Like, we
But
can't handle another dimension of driving yet.
Nah, we never will. Like, these
No.
are all... Driving is not going to be a thing in, like, 60 years anyway, because...
Because
we're
Google are going to give us all self-driving cars, and it's going to
Yeah.
be great.
They
And then
are actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, and then iRobot is going to happen, and I'm going to be Will Smith in it. So
Or
deal
what
with
if
that one.
the Minority Report transportation system was
Yeah.
pretty good. It was like cable cars, kind of. Well, it was like futuristic cable cars.
Yeah.
I quite liked that. I thought that was good, but I like the Google. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, Google are making cars that drive themselves, and they have 100% accident rate. They crash all. No, just kidding. They have 100% safety record. They've never crashed into anything. I think
because they haven't actually taken them on any actual roads yet. They've only done them around Google's own personal test track.
I thought they did it
At the moment.
I think there are 2 towns in America where they've done it, tested
Really?
it properly. Yeah.
Oh, wow, shit.
This is all sketchy information. I can't remember it specifically, but I'm sure I remember listening to something recently about Google and how they did test them properly in traffic, and there was one minor thing that could be seen as an accident, but it was quite clearly the other driver's fault. And if you had 2 cars that could communicate with each other robotically,
It wouldn't have happened.
Robotically, did you hear what I just...
Robotically, yeah.
Yeah, robotically. There we go. That's a thing. But yeah, that's nothing to do with the fan. We'll just move on to the
No,
next
yeah,
one.
anyway, yeah.
Telling that obnoxiously loud person on public transportation to shut the fuck up. That'd be a good one.
Oh, that would be so satisfying.
Do you know the people who sit at the back of buses with playing their tunes on their phones? What are you doing? Get headphones.
I'm glad this isn't just a London thing.
Oh no, it is. I actually think it's even worse in Dublin. Although I've never been to the bad areas of London, where
Yeah.
it probably happens all the time and no one does anything
Yep.
about it. But there's a bus route in Dublin called... No, I'm not even gonna say it. But there are people legitimately on the back of that bus every single day, upstairs, down the back, smoking weed and listening to music on their phones, and that's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
And no one can do anything about it because they're all mad lads and they're all too hard and they'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never... Well, to be honest, I've recently started getting... because I started a job in central London. So, of course, every day I'm getting the tube and an overground train, twice a day.
Yeah.
I have my music at full volume all the time. I have my music at full volume, mostly because the tube is... If you've ever been on the tube, you'll know that it's fucking loud.
Yeah, it is.
And that you can't hear your music unless it's at full volume.
It impairs your hearing as well.
Yeah.
The way that it's what's the word? You know how it it's trapped noise and whatever.
Yeah. But and I there are some people that I can hear over my headphones.
Yeah.
And it's like there is no reasonable explanation, even on the tube, for you to be talking at that volume.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be talking to anyone on the tube anyway. It's the tube. You stand still and you stay quiet.
It's so funny. Like, my mate Andy, you met Andy in London.
Yeah.
And he lives like 3 doors down from me, and he's like the nicest guy in the world. Like, he's really charismatic, and everybody who meets him likes him because he's really nice. And he was on the tube in London for like the first time, and I don't know if he tried to make small talk or something, but like he spoke to somebody and he just didn't get anything back, and he was just like, that's weird. And then he was like, I met this really weird person on the tube earlier, they didn't say anything back to me. And I was like, is that your first time on the tube? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, they're all that person. You will never get a conversation. Even when you get on the tube with somebody you know, you don't speak to them when you're on the tube.
No.
Like, no one ever talks on the tube. You sit there and you look down and you listen to your music and you shut the hell up. That's what happens.
That is exactly what should happen as well.
Yeah.
It's the tube. You shouldn't be happy to be there. You shouldn't be enjoying yourself. You should just be quiet.
Yeah. I once got on the train. I was flying over to Birmingham, and then I was getting the train down to London to meet a few of my mates, and like we were gonna have a lads weekend. Can't believe I said that. Kill me. I'll edit that out. We're gonna have a nice weekend, and I got on the train, and because I'm an idiot, right? I got on, and my ticket said something like 2B, B2 or something, and it meant the coach and the seat. But I was looking for the seat number B2, and then however way it worked out, I got on the wrong carriage, and I was in the quiet carriage, and I didn't know this. And like my mate kept on ringing me, and I kept on not answering it. And then when it was about 25 minutes left in the journey, in the quiet carriage, where I had my music in because I didn't notice everyone was being quiet, and my mate rang me, and I just picked up and I was like, "What the fuck do you want, you cunt? I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Just fucking relax." Like everyone was looking at me, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is the nightmare. This is like the anti-fantasy. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me." So like I was that guy that day, but
yeah. I'm to be honest though, quiet carriages are ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I understand, you can talk quietly and stuff, but I was in the quiet coach because I thought, I know, I'll book a ticket and I'll put it in a quiet carriage because I'm kind of tired and I can do with not being anywhere near children, because who's going to book a train ticket with their kids to go in the quiet thing?
Yeah, nobody.
And halfway through this journey, I coughed. At least 6 people turned around and were looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing making noise here?"
Yeah,
and I was like, I coughed.
Those people are cunts. I hate those people.
Like, give me some leeway in this whole silence thing.
Yeah, like where does normality stop and fascism comes into play here? It's like the most innocent thing you could possibly do. It actually is. There's no other thing you could do that's more innocent than coughing. Like, but yeah, that's I don't know. It is what it is. The next one on the list is quitting your job, going off the grid, and living off the land like nature intended. Have you felt this before?
I have felt this before. It is sort of a plan of mine. It says living off, just living off the grid like nature intended. I am planning to do some travelling because I'm currently on a placement year between uni and making some money, so hopefully that will help pay for some travelling once I'm done with uni. And plans to, I would like to walk the Appalachian Trail in America, it was at some point the longest continuous footpath in the world. I think it might have been overtaken by a couple of things now, but basically it's like it takes you about 6 months to walk it, and it's a good 2-3 days between each town, so it'd be nice just to get away from fucking everybody.
Yeah. But even if I did that, I would still need fucking pot noodle and Kellogg's.
I'm gonna have to buy something that I can take with me that will give me music, because I can't walk in silence for 6 months.
Nobody can.
I know it actually drives me mental, but
yeah.
The
like that sounds fucking awesome, and I wish I had the bottle to do that. But that is something I genuinely do think about an awful lot, is that it would be really cool to find that peace of mind or whatever like that. Have you ever read or seen the movie of Into the Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd like to do that, except
without dying.
Yeah.
Sorry for spoiling the end of the movie there, guys.
In fairness, if you didn't know that, you shouldn't have watched it in the first place. Yeah, that's like, it just seems really cool, but I reckon I'd just get bored. Like, I think it's more idealistic for me than it is anything else. Like,
Yeah.
I get that people do it, and that's great. I just don't think I could, because I'd just be too fucking bored. I'd need an outlet, you know, something
Yeah,
to
I
hook me
think
back.
especially something like that, it would be that once I'm out there, you know, people say, oh, you know, if you get bored or whatever, you can quit, and it would be like, no, once I'm out there, I'm out there. I'm in it for the long run. You know, I'm making it to the end, or I'm not making it. You know, I don't want to go and then come back and someone say, oh yeah, so how was your thing? And it's like, oh yeah, I quit halfway through.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not the stories the kind of stories I want to be able to tell. I want to be able to tell, fuck it, yeah, I shit in the woods for like 6 months. Got a problem?
The Pope does it.
Yeah, the Pope does it.
The next one is geared specifically towards women, I think. I don't want that to
I'm
sound
hoping
sexist.
so.
Yeah, because it's running into your ex when you look like $1,000,000, and I couldn't give 2 fucks about that. It's not. I couldn't. Nah, this
I
one
do not
doesn't
care. No, yeah.
The whole, like, my fantasy would be never running into my ex.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
I think
that
I'd agree with you there on that one.
The next one is silencing your neighbour's unruly animal by whatever means necessary. In this instance, I am the neighbour. I think a few of my neighbours want to put my dog down. So I don't really... Do you know, I'll leave people a lot of leeway when it comes to things like this, because I know that it's not their fault, and that's why I never fantasize about killing other animals, unlike other people, apparently, I guess.
I don't particularly fantasize about killing other people's animals, but you know, there are times when over the course of my uni last year, I lived next to a dog, and routinely at 5 a.m. the dog would just start barking and it wouldn't shut up.
When you said you live next to a dog, immediately I just imagined the dog.
Just the dog bringing in the morning paper to read.
He gets up at
over his
5 a.m.
coffee.
and barks while he puts his suit on in the mirror before going to work. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. They can be cunts.
It is annoying, and it is tiring just to listen to the barking go on and on and on. But you know, suck up and deal with it.
Yeah, I honestly don't. The next one is silencing disorderly children on airplanes, in movie theaters, cafes, and restaurants. And I think maybe I just haven't had enough experience with it. But I know that children make noise, and it's not the parents' fault. And people just get so mad. Like, yeah, right, don't bring your screaming kid to a movie theater. That's obvious. Like, anyone who does that is the bad guy there, because you shouldn't do that in the first place. Like, you don't bring your kids to the cinema until they're like, what, 5 maybe?
Yeah, until they understand that this is somewhere they should shut up.
Yeah, but the airplanes, like, fuck off, man. Like, someone might need to be bringing their kid to, like, you know, they might need to be traveling to a funeral or to see a dying relative, and they need to bring their kid with them. It's not their fault that their kid is screaming. And I know that the whole idea here is that you want to just make the kid stop crying because it's annoying you, but this is something I genuinely don't ever feel. Like, and I travel a lot. Like, people who watch me regularly know that I'm on planes often. Like, I'm going to be on one in 3 days, and I've sat next to screaming kids, and it hasn't bothered me, you know. I just put my headphones in and whatever. It's not... I don't mind it. I really, really don't. I've been next to a kid who, like, literally got sick on my shoes as well, and the mother was just so sorry about it, but it's like, it's not her fault. Like, I don't have this burning desire.
Vendetta against all children.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people's complaints about this are legitimate, like the movie theater one especially.
Yeah, definitely.
But the other ones are just, you know, just stop being a dick. Like, some people have kids, and that's just what they do. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm never having kids, though.
I think just, you know, you saying about putting your music in and stuff like that, I'm just wondering if, you know, because it's almost a cliche, you know, kids screaming on an aeroplane. And I'm just wondering if this kind of cliche predates, you know, people having personal music devices like iPods and stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
So, you know, that would explain why it's kind of almost an ingrained, you know, hatred or something that you know. I've been on a fair few airplanes. I've never been on an airplane where there's been a screaming kid, but even though it's, you know, even then it's like, you know, you kind of worry, like, oh, is it just going to be a kid screaming the whole journey? Yeah,
it's sort of embedded into your head, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
and, you know, but that might be where that one stems from. I don't know.
I'll tell you what's more annoying is that one time I got on a plane, and this was when Ryanair still had free seating. You just sit wherever you want, and I sit next to windows, and there's like 3 different types of window seats on a Ryanair flight. This is how regularly I fly, I know this. There's one type that when you sit on it, you see half the window and the rest of it is that sort of bridge thing in the middle of the 2 windows, and you can lean up against that, and it's really good because I like to go to sleep. Often my flights are in the morning, and I got on a flight like that and sat down, put my head up against the thing, and the flight was virtually empty. There was about 30 people on it, and this holds over 100, and these 2 business guys got on with their fucking gold watches and suave suits and all, and they sat right next to me, and they spent the entire journey complaining about Ryanair, and it's like, do you know what, if you don't like it, fuck off and go for Aer Lingus, you pricks. Like, I don't want to hear this while I'm trying to sleep, and you're sitting next to me when there are clearly like an unbelievable amount of free seats here, which just really fucking annoyed me.
Yeah. There's a lot of more annoying things on planes than screaming babies.
Yeah.
It's people that will insist on leaning their chair all the way back. Yeah. Stuff like that. And to be honest, babies I can deal with. Kids that kick the back of your chair, I've had to deal with one of them before. And you just want to tear the little cunt's head off.
That's the parents' fault for not disciplining.
Yeah, that's something that child can help. That child can stop being a little shit anytime it wants.
Yeah, exactly.
But
the next one on the list is smashing things. This is my favourite one. Have you ever just smashed things?
Yeah, I think this is the one that I probably understand most so far.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't know what it is, and I don't know why, but smashing things is fun.
Yeah.
There's no real explanation for that, but like, it just is fun.
It's immensely satisfying as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Even, do you know, my favourite part of Jenga is when the thing falls over. Like, I love it when things get broken, and it just makes me really happy for some reason. Like, I've smashed a TV before in my life, which was fucking fantastic. I've smashed phones, controllers, PlayStations, anything. I like the level I will go to destroy something is it's a limitless potential, and it really terrifies me. No, that's not true. I just really like smashing things. There's there's footage on Vimeo, I think, if you Google it, of Nine Inch Nails' self-destruction tour from like '94, and there's one part of it that I really, really love when, like, Nine Inch Nails are a crazy live band. They smash things regularly, but there's a part where Trent Reznor, like, he picks up his piano, or his keyboard rather, he picks up a massive piano and throws it into the crowd. Now he picks up his keyboard and like kicks all the keys off it and then starts smashing it, and he swings it around his head, and it cuts his drummer's eye, like proper busts him open rather, and his drummer's still just drumming along to the song, and people are smashing everything everywhere. There's amplifiers being thrown off the stage and all, and it's just fucking immensely satisfying to watch. And yeah, smashing things is just great fun.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it is. Even on video games, right? Like do you play GTA Online?
Yeah.
So you ever do those things where you just walk into a shop and rob it?
Yep.
And you have like
smash everything.
Yeah, because why the fuck not?
For no particular reason.
Yeah, it's always like bottles of Smirnoff behind the counter, and you're just fucking blowing them to bits because fuck it, why not? You've got a shotgun in your hand, why not? It's just the thing to do. That is
that's one that I definitely understand. I can't remember how, but we found a TV when we were on the drunken way back from a night out. We found an old TV that was just like on the corner of the road, like by the curb. It might have been meant to be going in the bin, but we threw it against a tree anyway, so...
Ah, nice.
That was great fun.
You should have booked into a hotel and threw it out the window.
Someone comes running upstairs and the TV's still sat there in the hotel room. Where did you get an extra TV from? I don't know.
I don't know why that's not on the list. Throwing a TV out of a hotel window, that should be on there.
Yeah.
The next one on the list is giving a homeless man €100. It's meant to be dollars or pounds, I guess. Yeah, that would be a really nice thing to do. It's something I often walk past homeless people and wish I had the money to give them, like, because it is actually really like nice to do it. I don't even think it's a selfless good deed, because I think it just makes you feel good about yourself, and that's why people do it.
I mean, there's plenty of the videos on YouTube of, it's like this new trend of, like, well, not new trend, it's been going on for ages, but it's like anti-pranks,
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, going up to a homeless man and like I've seen one where they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna buy you dinner and we're gonna buy you like all new clothes and stuff, and then we're gonna rent you a motel and you can, you know, stay there for like a week and we'll try and get you a job as well. And
I saw that Vitali, I think.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them going around, like loads of things like that, and it's, you know, it's nice. It's feel good stuff.
Yeah, I really like it. There's a guy called Lahf, Lahwf.
Yeah, I think I've seen him before. Yeah.
He did one where he went up to a homeless guy and he was like, I think it was $100. He was like, I want to give you $100, but I want you to punch me in the face. And the homeless guy was just like, I'm not gonna punch you in the face, dude. That's not gonna happen. Like, you keep the money or whatever. And eventually, he just made him do it. And I don't know. He did it in a less cunty way than that. Like, he made him aware that it was totally fine. He wanted him to do it, and then he gave him $100, and that's pretty cool. But I'd rather just give them $100. You know. In fact, I'd rather buy them something with the money, like you know, food and. I think that'd be the better thing to do.
I mean, it's funny you say that because you know, I've been walking through central London before, and this was a few years ago. Guy's, you know, sat there. He's wrapped up in his sleeping bag, got a, you know, woolly hat on, obviously homeless, you know, begging for change and stuff. And this bloke's walking past, and he kind of reaches into his bag and gives him a sandwich.
Yeah.
And the homeless guy looked up at him and went, I don't fucking want this.
Wow.
And it's like, alright, yeah, I see where that man is going then. Like,
yeah.
You know, things like that really perpetuate the stereotypes that all homeless people are there because of, you know, drugs or alcohol abuse and stuff
because of
like
their own problem. I hate that so much because people use it as a cop-out to make themselves feel better, and it's like, stop it. Do you know what I mean? Like, not everybody got there. Like, sometimes people get fucked over, and sometimes life's not fair. Do you know what I mean? It's the same. This is a massive tangent, but it's the same type of people that say things like that are the exact same type of people who are like, yeah, 9/11, that was an inside job. Do you know what I mean? It's just create an imaginary world so I don't have to feel anything differently than what I already feel about the world I've created for myself. But we move on, or have you got?
Well, no, just I need to take a photo of him at some point over the coming week. But there is a homeless guy near my new job, and he's there every day with his dog. And he's got like a little air mattress and everything. He's set up under a bunch of scaffolding, and he's got a laptop.
Wow.
So I don't know what his deal is. He looks a little bit mental, but he seems to be a nice enough person. I've seen him talking to plenty of people. But you know, he's sat there with his dog. His dog's got his own bean bag, and he's got a little air mattress with his sleeping bag, and he's got a laptop.
That's kind of nice in a way.
Yeah, it's like he's completely set up there, but you know, he is technically homeless.
Yeah. There was a story that this was in Ireland about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago now, maybe a little bit more even. There was this guy on, I forget, I think it was the Halfpenny Bridge in Dublin City. It overlooks the River Liffey, and he had a pet rabbit, and this scumbag just walked past him, a homeless guy with a rabbit, and picked up his rabbit and fucking threw it into the River Liffey.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so the homeless guy jumped in, saved the rabbit, and came back up, and like, he's still homeless. I've walked past him many times. I've given him money before as well, around Christmas time, but he's often outside a Londis shop across one of the bridges in Dublin. I forget which one it is, and he's there with his dog and his rabbit, and he got offered a job on some farm, but supposedly he couldn't take it, and he couldn't, like, he got offered places in shelters, but he wasn't allowed to bring his pets, so he didn't go. So you can look at that whatever way you want, but I think it's pretty cool that he, you know, like, he's clearly a nice enough human if he jumped off a bridge to save his rabbit into a river where people have died, you know.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, that's one of those things, but
yeah.
The next one on the list is another car one. There's no point. In fact, it's a stupid. No, the next one after that is also a stupid car one that is like rear-ending people who cut you off. Have you ever been so mad that you're willing to sabotage? Well, I suppose it's gamer rage if I sabotage my controller to satisfy that anger. But have you ever, as a driver, wanted to do that? Crash into someone?
I've never wanted to crash into someone. I've wanted to, like, roll up, you know, someone really pisses me off, you know, kind of roll up next to them at the at the traffic lights and kind of get them to roll their window down. But then part of me realises that I'd get there and I'd be like to them, come on, roll your window down, I want to talk to you. And I'd look at them, and I know for a fact that my words would just be, as I point at them and look really angrily, just go, fuck you. Like they'd just think it was like a random drive-by insulting, that there'd be no real substance to my insult.
Yeah.
I'd like my insult to be really, personally devastating to this person that has clearly offended me with their driving so badly. But I know it'd just be a really non-specific and pathetic kind of attempt at
on PSN, like, if someone really pisses me off on PlayStation, now this doesn't happen regularly. If I send you a message because you're a cunt on PlayStation, you are a cunt, because I'm a pretty rational thinking guy, but I have this typed out in that, on PSN, it remembers what you typed last, so you can type the same sentence over and over and over, and the one that I send to people when they really piss me off is, I hope that when you're older, your wife leaves you and the heartache is so severe that you form a heroin addiction or something like that. I tweeted it out one day. If I actually turned on my PlayStation, I could get it, but it's serious, That's how serious I think about these things. So, but I can't imagine shouting that out of a window, like, "Oh, you! When you're older, I hope your wife leaves you, and then you get a heroin addiction, because do you know what? You're just not a nice person."
You are an awful, awful person.
Yeah. Next one is splashing a drink in someone's face. I've never been that petty that I've wanted to do that. I think you replace this with punch someone in the face, and that's me. Like, I don't really... Have you ever thrown a drink on someone or anything?
No, no. Why would I waste valuable... I'm assuming this is in, like a bar, and why would I waste valuable alcohol? That just sounds silly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck that one. That's a stupid one.
It's not like I'm going to stand there and go, hang on a second. Excuse me, could I get a glass of water, please? Alright, thanks. Just 2 minutes.
Do you know how much better that would be?
Fuck you. Making them wait there while you order a glass of water.
And they wonder, what's he doing? Why is he drinking water? Oh,
I understand.
That'd be brilliant. That's actually better. The next one is skipping the queue, and it's a cunty thing to do, but I have done it before.
Oh yeah.
Like,
definitely.
I go to a lot of concerts. I never skip at concerts. I think there's an etiquette to be observed at concerts. If you're there all day queuing up, you deserve to be at the front. No one deserves to cut in ahead of you. That's bullshit. I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, do you remember the Premier League sticker collection books?
Yeah.
Well, me and Dara were collecting those one year, and we got like fairly a long way through them, but there was this big expo on in the city where you go to basically complete your sticker book. Like, they have all the bulk stickers that I guess the company wants to get rid of them, but it was a big event. Like, Ian Rush was there and some other people who footballers at the time or whatever, but the queue was like around the corner. The queue was a good, I'd say, I don't know, like 50-60 feet. That's not really that big, is it?
Not really.
It was like 2 miles. No, I don't know. It was a long queue though.
Yeah.
And Dara is like a genius, and he's like, I don't know, he was always a pretty good actor as a kid. Like, he's been in school plays and shit, and he was just like, he just grabbed me and he's like, come on, look, we're gonna do this. And we went to the front of the thing, and he just started shouting like, Mom! And he was like, where is she? And then I said, I don't know, man, I think she went inside. And he was just like, Mom! And everyone just stepped back and let him through, and we got in. And it was just fucking amazing. Like, it was, like, I don't even care. Like, if the fact that we pulled that off makes us worthy of skipping the queue, because it was brilliant. And I don't know, Dara's a genius is the...
Yeah, that reminds... There was, just before you started that story, there was... I know there was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer takes them to a water park, the new water park, and Bart wants to get to the front of the queue, and Lisa, is being the typical stickler for the rules of staying in the queue, and he just pinches her on the back of the arm and makes her cry, and then pulls her through the queue going, oh no, come on, she's lost her dad, we've lost our parents,
That's right, yeah.
Just to get to the front of the queue,
Mount Splashmore.
Yeah, Mount Splashmore, that's the one.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... skipping the queue is something that is cunty, but it feels so fucking vindicating when you do it.
Yeah.
It's, the next one is running out without paying for dinner at a restaurant. Do you know, I have fantasized about this.
Yeah.
And in the way that some restaurants make it so fucking easy to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Like,
there really have been some where, to be honest, I found that it's usually when you get really poor service. When you kind of sat there waiting for someone to come past, so you can kind of go, "Can I get the bill, please?"
Yeah.
And it's like, I could just get up and leave.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a waiter in good 5 minutes.
I've actually, when I was a student, like one day, everyone from my class went out for dinner somewhere, and we were like almost gonna be late back for the class, and this dude just would not come over and give us the bill, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm genuinely leaving. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm leaving. I suggest you all just come with me because they don't care, and I'm gonna miss my class otherwise." And as soon as I stood up, the dude just comes bolting over. He's like, "Can I get you anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me the bill, you prick." Well, I didn't say that obviously, but yeah, it is. You're right. It is when you've got poor service.
Yeah.
That's what brings it on. Because, like we said, most of these are kind of petty revenge. And how better do you say "fuck you" than just fuck off, essentially.
Yeah.
Next one, similar enough. Flipping a table over.
I've never been angry enough, and I hope there is a point in my life where I'm angry enough to think, this table is angering me so much it no longer deserves to be upright. Like. There is no conceivable point at which I go, I am so angry that this table, it needs to go somewhere.
Yeah,
I just need to flip it.
I've done it, but I don't really think it counts because it wasn't a big table. It was the kind of table that had 4 things on it, and I could lift with one hand, so it didn't really count as a thing. But
I'd also be worried that, I'd be somewhere that I've never been before, and something, really awful had happened, and I needed to flip a table. I grabbed the nearest table, and it turns out to be really heavy, and I'm just kind of stood there straining to try and flip it. So then you're kind of going, and then you've kind of got to let go and go, well, fuck this, and walk away. Like, and that's not a dignified exit. Like,
how shit would that be? Like, how much of an absolute cunt would you look like if that happened? That's brilliant. I'm just trying to imagine that. Like, someone so angry, just... fuck it! That's amazing.
Yeah.
The next one can fuck off. Starting a food fight.
Yeah, I don't understand the desire to waste food.
It's not even that, right? I don't understand the desire to have food on you. Like, there's nothing worse than the idea of like food all over my hair and things. Like, no, that's not good.
That sounds awful. Because there's going to be one person who people will be finding solid foods, so there's not too much. There's not too much like stuff in your hair, and then one twat's just going to throw yogurt.
Someone just picks up an apple and fucks it at your head and knocks you unconscious. And then people start throwing plates and knives. That's what's in store if you start a food fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, beware, kids.
But yeah, you're right. Yogurt and tomatoes and ketchup, melted cheese, all in your hair.
Ah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't get food fights. That's just not fun to me.
No.
Call me a boring cunt, and it's probably because I'm a boring cunt. But at least I don't have food all over me, you freaks. The next one is keying a poorly parked car, and do you know what's better than keying a poorly parked car? Is just like, I've seen this many times where the car that's poorly parked has dust in it, and someone just writes "fuck you" on the back of it, or 2 spaces, "you cunt," and stuff like that. And I love that, and I totally understand that. But keying it to me is like, I know it's a fantasy, so it happens instantly. But to me, you have to take out your key and decide that this is what you want to do. It's not instinct anymore. It's just key that. Like, I don't know. It does look satisfying though, I will say.
Yeah. But what do you key in someone's car? Do you just key a line, or do you key a phrase?
YouTube.com/ElDeNiro9.
Yeah. Do you? Well, that's yeah. If someone else does that, then they're incriminating you.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the genius of it. They'll go on my channel and be like, do you keep my car? Like, someone wrote this channel name in my car, and I'd be like, why the fuck would I write my own name on your car, you stupid prick? That's not gonna happen.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
actually be great, to be honest.
It would, yeah. Shit, someone's gonna do that now. If I was like a huge channel, someone would do that. The next one is swimming in an obscene amount of money. And yes.
Yeah, just to have an obscene amount of money to swim in. Even though I'm not sure how well you could swim in paper, but
yeah, I think
imagine the
swimming
paper
is...
cuts.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. By the way, if you ever get a paper cut, just put some chapstick on it. Stops the pain and stops it from getting infected, and it just makes it feel all nice.
Huh.
Yeah, so there you go. That was the adequate response to that mildly interesting thing.
That is the most mildly interesting thing I've heard today.
Yeah, well there you go. If you get a paper cut, it won't be mildly interesting, will it?
No, yeah, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, and you're gonna get a paper cut, and you swim in all the money that I'm gonna pay you for being on this episode. But yeah, that'd be the first thing you do really if you make a lot of money, isn't it? That's your ideal goal.
Yeah, definitely,
really,
definitely, yeah.
Or at least just use it as confetti or something.
Yeah, just getting, if I won the lottery, I think one of my first port of calls would just be to get enough notes so that I could make it rain.
Yeah.
Just to do the whole thing, and then because then you've got enough money to make it rain, but then you kind of think, I've got to pick up all that up again.
Yeah.
I could pay someone else to do it, but I don't know. I should really pick that all up.
I'd like to make it rain with coins, but have enough money so that no one could get offended because I'm so rich that it doesn't matter what I do to them.
Yeah, see, I think that's why you don't get a lot of strippers in England, because no one wants to be pelted by £1 coins.
Yeah.
I enjoy your dancing.
That's why footballers get pelted by coins, is because they love them so much. Hey, Rio Ferdinand, great game, mate. The next thing is shaking a priceless work of art at a museum. To be honest, if you think about doing this, you're just a cunt.
Yeah.
What do you gain from that?
Yeah, I don't understand this. If you want to touch a bit of history, touch a rock formation or something, because those are pretty old.
Yeah.
Don't deface a piece of art.
Do you know what I think this is? You know the way in the very first episode we spoke about the call of the void, you jumping out in front of a train. I think this is the call of the void for people who aren't people like us. People who aren't neurotic psychological messes. No, but people who, I like to call them normies. No, just
the normies. Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think that's the call of the void that someone has, is that it's just a fun idea because it's so wrong. And
to be honest, you could just change that to touching something you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like when you see it. It's like when people see a sign for wet paint, and then you can see there's a handprint next to it, next to the sign. It's like someone has clearly gone up and gone, "Oh, wet paint. Oh yeah, shit, it is wet." Huh.
Or the one like when you're on a train. It's always trains, but the emergency stop one, or the emergency stop button on an escalator is a massive fucking red button. How can you not want to press that?
Yeah, that's just asking to be pressed, to be honest.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? The only reason I don't press it is because I don't have the energy to walk up the stairs that I'm going to stop from moving.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually very true.
Yeah. But I think that's what that is. I think the priceless work of art at a museum is just... The reason they put that in there is because the people who read BuzzFeed are generally people who go to museums all the time. No, I don't fucking know, but it is a Call of the Void type thing. I'm sure of it. I'm definitely sure of it. The next one is kicking down a door, which, I would fucking love to do that.
Yeah. I've actually kicked down a door before.
Really? I've tried and nearly broken my leg. And
it's a lot more difficult than you'd expect.
I took pieces out of the door, but it did not budge. Its foundation held sturdy, and that person survived that night. But I have tried to kick a door down.
I mean, I know, I can't remember what it was, but I read there is a position, or not quite a position, it's an unofficial kind of role in the Marines and in the Army, and they're just called door kickers.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
And their whole job is kicking in doors.
Yeah.
So, they are a general, they're just a general soldier or marine, but it tends to be guys who are, like 6 foot 2, 6'4", kind of taller, big built, and they just stand in front of the door, boot it open, everybody else rushes in, and then they just kind of follow in afterwards.
Yeah. How big was the door that you kicked in? Well, obviously all
it was-
doors are the same size, but what kind of door was it? Is what I meant to ask.
It was a fairly flimsy. It was just like a bathroom door because my mate got locked in there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so he was
Was it-
really drunk and he got himself locked in, so I just kicked it open.
Was it a wooden frame and all?
Yeah,
That's pretty badass, in fairness. That's
it was quite exciting.
Yeah. I'd love to have the permission to do that, you know. Even though I tried.
I don't really think I had permission, but
Fuck it.
he had to be coming out of there at some point. So
Yeah.
you know.
That's awesome. I'd love to kick a door in and not fail miserably and almost break my leg. The next one on the list is grabbing the phone from a loud talker on a call, and that would be, you know, someone who's, you know, the people who are just like the fucking guy from Dom Jolly, Trigger Happy TV with the giant phone.
Yeah,
hello,
the giant phone thing. Yeah,
yeah.
You see plenty of that on the public transport, especially in London.
You really do, yeah. I've seen it in London an awful lot. In fairness, in my time over there. It's something I'd love to just take the phone off them and fuck it into the sea or something.
It might have been, you know, the film Catfish.
Is that based on the TV series or is it
other way around?
Oh right, okay. Well, yeah, I know. I haven't seen it, but
there's an episode in the TV series where the guy who kind of like hosts it is talking to this guy that's been catfishing someone, and the guy that's been catfishing people has been an absolute dick to people, to this other person, and the host just goes, "Can I see your phone? That's a nice case right there." And they're standing next to a river, and he takes his iPhone 5 off him and goes, "Huh," and just launches it into the river.
That's amazing.
And you kind of hear the producer of the show, you know, because he's like behind the camera, like directing and stuff, and you can just hear going, "Oh shit," because the host of this TV show has just taken this dude's phone and launched it into a river.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah, that's exactly what I would love to do to a loud talker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've never broken someone's phone.
No. But I mean, there's been times, you know, where, speaking of rivers and phones, there have been times where, for some reason, it's another Call of the Void thing, where I've just been walking past the river with my phone in my hand and gone, I could throw that in there.
Yeah, I've had that as well.
That'd be a big waste of money. I could do it. I'm not gonna, but I could.
I have two phones, and because of that, if I'm ever holding my phone and I get pissed off, the temptation to just fucking throw it at the nearest thing is because I've done that before with two phones. I've broken two phones from throwing them at things. It's the same way that you do it with controllers. Because do you know what? I honestly, right? I used to have a really strong temper. Like, my mum once told me that when I was younger, like, she was scared that I was gonna actually turn out to be a really aggressive type person. But when I get angry, when I used to get angry, I used to get really fucking angry, and that's why I've smashed so many things. But thankfully, I'm not really like that anymore. But like when I do get pissed off, and I've got a phone in my hand, like I've got two of them, I could break one so easily. And I don't know, it's just it's always there in my head. It is. I guess it's a mixture between Call of the Void and just anger in general.
Yeah.
I was just about to make a joke about I've got the phone in my hand and I get the Call of the Void, so I answer it.
Oh god. Oh dear.
The show's over now.
Yeah, I'm done. No.
Yeah, so we have two left.
Yeah.
Before we add our own, although I don't really have many.
I don't really have any at all.
I'm hoping I'll come up with at least one, because I don't want to end it on, and that's a BuzzFeed article.
Yeah,
You know
and that is us discussing a BuzzFeed article that takes about 2 minutes to read.
Yeah.
There we go.
The next one is stealing food off another diner's plate when you're waiting for your meal at a restaurant.
I've definitely thought about other people's food, because I like to do the thing where you sit there and you get the menu and then you look around to see what everybody else has got.
Yeah, I do that.
And kind of think, oh shit, that looks good.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that looks good as well. What is it?
Yeah, I've actually
How much is
asked.
it,
I've asked the waitress or the waiter that before, like, what are they eating, like? But do you know why I don't? I mean, I get wanting to do it while the meal is, you know, on its way over. You want to grab it before the other person gets it. But I'm a really picky eater, and like I don't even like it when someone drinks out of the same bottle that I've drunk from. Like,
Yeah.
I've gotten over it. Like, you know, I can handle it now. But I used to be the type of person that if someone drank out of my bottle, that'd be it. I'd be done. It'd just be like, all right, you just keep it because it's filled with your germs and I hate you. No, it's just I'm not like that anymore. But I still feel like doing it, you know. And that's why if I saw someone else like just eating something else, there's no way I'd want to take it off them. So it would have to be just before. But I have thought about doing it before and been like. You know, trying to cause some mix-up with the restaurant so you get their meal or something. Yeah,
I mean the biggest thing that I have with the in restaurants and waiting for your food isn't that I want to like steal other people's food. It's when you see your waiter, the guy that's been serving you, walk towards you with a plate of food and like a big platter of food, and you're like, shit, I am so ready for food, and they just walk straight past you to the table behind you. You're sat there like. What is my life? Why
what the
have I
worst
come
part
down
of that
to
is when you're sitting there with like your arms folded on the table and you see the guy coming towards you and you move your arms back.
And you move your arms off. And he just walks past and you kind of do the whole... I
was just scratching my head somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling, but the article, or item number 31 on the article is... delivering the world's greatest comeback to your arch nemesis in a public setting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is... If you don't have this desire, there's something wrong with you, because this is something that... There's nothing more satisfying than burning someone and having everybody around go, whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, just do the whole, oh shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
Just having that public kind of, you know, the scene in White Chicks, you know, that public kind of burn off.
Yeah.
And just have everyone to just go like, and just have the other person just walk away, and just be able to stand there just like I am king.
I fucking hate that movie though.
I disagree with you completely.
There's one really good part is when Vanessa Carlton plays, because we all know that is a fucking tune.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you're lying to yourself. So how does it feel to be a liar? That's what I'm asking you right now. You know, it's a great song, but I was once on a bus in Glasgow, and this isn't really a major burn, but it got a lot of laughs, and I know why. It's because of tribalism. But I was wearing a Celtic jersey because I was on my way to a Celtic game, and there was like 4 or 5 Celtic fans sitting at the back of the bus quite clearly, but there was a few more Rangers fans on the bus, and for whatever reason, like, it's Glasgow, people shout and whatever, and this guy looked at me as I was getting off the bus, and he shouted, "We are the people," which is a Rangers thing. And he was wearing a leather jacket, and I was like, "What, the village people?" And like all the Celtic guys at the back of the bus were like, "Oh!" And then I got off, and I was like, "Yeah, that was pretty good." It wasn't even a good comeback or anything, but you know, it made sense at the time, and it got a good reaction, so it worked. But unfortunately, I have more experience in delivering a substandard comeback and having that look of confusion. Like, there was this guy in my secondary school, like the last secondary school I went to, and I don't know if he was hazing me because I was new, or if he was just an actual dick, but he really annoyed me, right? And he had massive ears, and I don't advocate insulting someone because of their appearance, but you know, you gotta give back sometimes when someone's being a dick to you. And he just never shut up about my accent and whatever, my hair and stuff like that. And once he said something about the FA Cup and how it's a shit trophy, and because he had big ears, I was like, "Is that just because your head looks like the FA Cup?" And like, everyone turned around to me and were like, with that half puzzled look, and it was a mostly GAA town, and I held my hand up like as if I was holding the FA Cup, and I was like, "The handles," and people were like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, you got him. Yeah. You got him good.
It was like residual burn. It wasn't like the proper reaction I was looking for, because it was a great comeback, but I don't know. Do you have any stories?
If it helps, I found that fantastic.
Well, thank you.
No, not really. Like, nothing special at all. All my comebacks seem to be while I'm you know, I kind of sit there and someone's a dick, and then I kind of just sit there and go, "Yeah, you're a dick," and then, you know, I lie awake at night thinking of all the things that I could have said.
Yeah.
all those witty, wonderful things I could have said.
Did you ever see the Ed Burns sketch where he was like, I always think about my comebacks after it happens, like, and I'm just the type of person that if you ever needed someone to come up with a really light comeback, like, I'm the one. And I often have these moments of clarity where I'm like, oh, that's what I should have said. And then the rest of it is like, so like I don't know, I come up with a great comeback and I'm like, oh yes, that's exactly what I should have said. And then my wife just stops having sex with me and says, you did it again, didn't you? Obviously he tells it way better than me, but with a similar accent to me, supposedly. That's been the list. I think we're actually like a long way into this episode.
Yeah.
I want to say there is, like, the ultimate thing that I fantasize about is, like, I have a lot of friends, obviously, who are really talented musicians, and I don't mean the one that you're all thinking of, but I have other friends who are not independent artists, but they just record for their own, like, whatever, like my friend Kieran. I'll leave his SoundCloud in the description. He's a fucking incredible singer. Check him out. But, like, I'm surrounded by these people sometimes, and sometimes we get, if we're out or in someone's house, we get into this mode of, oh, let's write a song, and let's write a song means let's us write a song while you sit there and not write a song. And like I contribute lyrics and stuff, and that's fine, but I'd love to be able to play music. Like, I'd love to, the fantasy part of it is I'd love to surprise people with how good I am at music. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd love for one day everyone to be writing me off and then I just sing a song that blows people's minds. You know, like that fucking, not quite as akin to this, but the Susan Boyle thing where everyone was just laughing at her because of her appearance, and then she just like fucking blew everybody away. That would be really cool, I think. Like, that's something that I think about a lot. Well, not a lot, that makes me sound really lame, but it's something that I think whenever I'm in those moments where people are displaying their musical talents around me, and I'm just like, I definitely know what you mean. There's plenty of things where, you know, I like instances where you just want to like surprise everyone. You want everyone to you want to step up to the plate and everyone to kind of go and for you to just fucking make just make everyone go, oh well, shit. Yeah. Why did I write that guy off? You know.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's going places. That's pretty much where you look. Like, that's what most of these are, aren't they? Is you want. It's like, I think this list is kind of a little bit lame in a way. Not all of them, but the ones that are like, what was the one we agreed was completely lame? I can't even remember. The one running into your ex when you look like $1 million. Oh
yeah.
Like, come on. And the meeting your favorite celebrity and being their friend. Like, you're just looking for self-worth here. Is the thing. Like, I like the revenge ones best, but the ones where it's all about bigging yourself up, it's sort of, I don't know, it's just a little bit lame to me. Like, I don't know. But it was a good read nonetheless. I enjoyed the 5 minutes I spent reading it and the hour and a half that I spent talking about it afterwards. But we'll end it here, obviously, will we?
So how long till we get sued by BuzzFeed for just completely copying their article?
Well, fuck it. FM 104 copied it first, and
if we're going down, we're taking them with us.
I am fucking taking them with me. Like at least I've credited them, you know, and I'm gonna put their link in the description too. Whereas FM 104, they're not doing anything big, you know. They're just stealing it. But I think next week we're gonna talk about our bucket lists. Which should be pretty good. For those of you who don't know that term, it means essentially things you want to do before you die, aka kick the bucket. So we didn't ask for a question at the start, but it would be pretty cool for those of you who survived this long into the video. What is on your bucket list? Leave a comment right now. Don't say something is on my bucket list. Just write a sentence of what it is, you know, skydiving or whatever. And hopefully the people who don't listen to the end will read all the comments and be like, what the fuck are all these comments about? So I look forward to the 13 comments that we'll probably get. But that's something that would be pretty cool. So we'll be back next week, hopefully. Yeah, should be good fun. Cheers for being on the show again. No worries. Alright, let's do this properly, right? I've been Elden Ring. And I've been Jack. There we go. That's how it is. I said I've been Jack. I'm going to continue to be Jack. I once got a question. That doesn't stop at the end of this podcast. Someone once asked me, who do you become after you stop being Elden Hero? It's like, oh no, I continue to be him, just in a slightly different setting this time. I just go back to being Taylor Swift, you know. We are all Taylor Swift. It would be great if I had the rights to her music and I could play like I Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In, put in the fade out thing. But instead we'll probably have some weird outro that you can all enjoy. So fuck this, we're done.
Sorry eyes, they cut through the bone, make it hard to leave you alone. They leave you here, wearing your wounds, waving your guns at somebody new. Oh, baby, you're lost. Baby, you're lost. Baby, you're a lost cause. Tired of fighting, yeah. Tired of fighting. Fighting for a lost cause.
The ending of the last one, by the way, I listened back to it after I told that mental story, and I was like, I've been Elton and you're like, I've been not Jack. Yep, I've been Jack.
I have no idea what happened. Your fucking story confused me and scared me, and then...
I know. It confused me and scared me as well.